my God!
It's been 72 hours and the silence is deafening. The agenda has been exposed and it's about time football fans stood up, we made ourselves be counted, and we ensure we get heard. Friday night, we witnessed one of the best and most historic debuts in English football history. And during the game, the commentators, the pundits, Roy Keane and Ian Wright, rightfully praised debutant Lewis-Skelly for his performance, his goal, how he's handled the unsavory, the ridiculous, and damn right infuriating backlash that he got for being named in the England squad. But 72 hours on, and the response from the mainstream media has been by and large dead, quiet, almost nothing going on. And we have to ask ourselves why. But for me, their agenda has been massively exposed. We're also going to see the bias from the media and how they target certain players at particular clubs and ignore others. But of course, hit the like button for us. Please make sure you are subscribing. Please make sure that bell notification is turned on as well. The first thing I want to show you is this. Talksport, the biggest sporting radio station in the UK, 2 million or so subscribers online, multiple millions of viewers and listeners each day. Their talking points matter. They help to shape the narrative. They help to push the stories. And they do, whether people like hearing this or not, they get to shape the way a lot of people view particular players, teams, and managers. I feel their opinions hold weight. Whether you like it or not, they have that influence. I went onto their website this morning, getting towards 72 hours since their historic debut performance. I expected to see videos, snippets, multiple pieces of content praising Lewis-Skelly because he's been a very well coveted and he's been one of the most written about England players this season in the Premier League, whether it be performances, goals, celebrations, red cards, you name it. He has been there in the headlines. Clicked on YouTube. You can see here on the screen in the background, scrolling, dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens of video clips taken from their radio shows. Just one dedicated to Miles Lewis-Skelly. Just one. Not two, not three, not four, not five, not six, but one. Compare that to the abundance of articles, clips, and snippets when he received the wrongful red card against Wolverhampton Wanderers, when he scored the goal and did Haaland's celebration. Now, yes, for balance, some of those snippets and clips were in defense of the player, but that defense was only needed because of the widespread attack from the mainstream media, the Jamie Carragher's, Gary Neville's, Jason Cundy's, Simon Jordan's, the main faces, the big personalities on these media outlets went for him again and again and again. As we showed the other day, Cundy losing his absolute mind, think pieces, article after article after article coming out. And what really stood out to me yesterday is we saw another incident. Yes, it was in international football where Szoboszlai mocked Güler. Turkey, of course, won and won convincingly. Young Güler puts his finger up to Szoboszlai to tell him to shush, to which, and post a picture of it online, to which Szoboszlai posts 1,088, which is the amount of minutes that he's played at club level this season. And look, I'm saying consistent. This is fine in football. We want a bit of personality. We want the character to come through. Everyone loves a little bit of needle here and there. When those teams play again, either the nations or they come across each other in club competition, it gives an extra little bit of needle and fight. And we as football fans love it. But what I'm not seeing today, because I went to the Twitter accounts, everyone that was condemning Lewis-Skelly is not saying anything about Goulet or about the Szoboszlai situation, which leads you to this train of thought of why Lewis-Skelly? Why was Lewis-Skelly singled out for what he did when 99.9% of other football players are encouraged, celebrated, or completely ignored by the mainstream media when these things happen? And as I've said all along, I think there is a massive mixture. When we saw the social media attacks and the abuse, there's a combination here of Arsenal haters, England haters, racists, bigots, and of course, just online trolls as well, who will often just, if they see something trending, the abuse of a player or slagging off a certain celebrity, there are online personalities that will just jump on that bandwagon as a way of keeping their name out there. And I do think it's important to address the fact there are multiple motivating factors surrounding this. But I did think that it was on the eve of what is going to be second debut today against Latvia. It looks as though Lewis-Skelly is going to retain his position at left back. He should be England's left back, in my opinion, based on quality, maturity at such a young age, his debut performance, his overarching consistency this season. He's had an amazing breakthrough year and hopefully plays again tonight. I want to see England win. I want to see England play well. And I want all of the England players to deliver. But what I thought, and what I thought stood out so massively, is the UK's biggest radio station, which is now one of the UK's and one of the world's biggest sports content creation platforms as well, with its, just looking at it now, actually, as I say that, I want to make sure I'm correct when I say this, 1.65 million subscribers to its main channel. It also has hundreds of thousands of sort of followers on its boxing page, its football page. The radio station gets millions of listeners each and every single day. Just clicking on this, their Twitter account as an example, where they post their 2.3 million followers, their Instagram account here, sitting there on just under 1 million followers. And there'll be some crossover in these numbers as well, but they speak to and project images to, narratives to multiple millions of people every single day. They are as influential as more influential than every single football content creator and show we have combined. There is no doubt about that whatsoever. They are so potent. They are so powerful. They are so massive in that regard. And I just think that the fact that we have just witnessed some history with that debut performance, that we have witnessed some absolute top class, we witnessed a very top class talent that really doesn't make great English. We witnessed a young talent who's got the potential to become top class. We're witnessing his debut, the opening goal, on the backdrop of all the abuse, and the mainstream media here had an opportunity to praise him, make a very positive story surrounding him, the headline news, to push that type of narrative of this is what great looks like, use it as a message to inspire young people all around the country, all around the world. There's so much they could have done with this, but instead, one snippet from their abundance of live shows in the last 72 hours. But you know what? If tonight he puts in if he gives away a penalty tonight, if he got himself sent off, there'll be no sympathy. There'll be nothing. It will be wall-to-wall pages of abuse and criticism. And I think they've really exposed themselves here for the agenda that they have set. They don't care about the dog whistles. They don't care about the welfare of the player. So my message again is this to a lot of the viewers. Remember, when it comes to the mainstream media, they're not your friend. Whether it be from an Arsenal perspective, a Man United one, England City, they're not your friend. They may on occasions print things and say things that you agree with, but by and large, they are there to try and throw petrol over any small flame that may be surrounding a player at your club or your nation. Shame on them. Shame on all the pundits, the Cundys of this world, the Simon Jordans, the Jamie Carragers. And maybe some of them have posted things I haven't seen. I went to their Twitter accounts. I looked at articles they normally write on newspapers. Didn't see a thing yet. Maybe it's going to come later. Maybe they're on holiday with their family. Fair enough. But for me, 72 hours. I know if this young man had done something wrong on Friday, I believe wholeheartedly they'd be on the attack. Shame on them. Hit the like and the share button, people, and we'll see you all again very, very soon. Peace.